And I'm Dylan Black. This is Daytime Ottawa, Rogers Television. Nice to have you here as always. You know what? The Glen is celebrating 30 years of serving up the best fish and chips in Canada and Stittsville. Family owned, 30 years, 3 decades. Very impressive. Let's say hello right now to Kathleen McConville. McConville, nice to have you.
Thank you very much for having us. We really appreciate it.
Anytime. Congratulations, 30 years. Who's this handsome young man beside you?
That would be my son,
Yeah.
and luckily he enjoys the business, so he'll be taking the family business over.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
James Clarke, good to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
Congratulations, 30 years.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's go back in that time machine, 30 years ago, and when this was all started. Did you ever think you'd be here 30 years later?
No, my brother and I, my sister-in-law and James's father, we wanted just a small place, and my brother John and I were going to work it and hire maybe another cook, another server. And now we've got 35 staff, and it just blew up. It was
so it
crazy.
just keeps getting bigger and better.
Yeah, and back in the day, a lot of people who, turns out, they would just hear the Scottish restaurant, and it turns out it was an open kitchen at that time, and another customer came in and said, I know that guy, and I went to school with that man, and that was my brother.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing it is. It's always like a huge Coronation Street with all the drama.
Oh, okay. You know what? And I think that's true because I hear you doing radio commercials.
Yes.
So who are you doing those commercials with?
That's my brother John. Well,
Okay.
known to everybody as Uncle John.
Okay.
He's
Now, do you guys get along in real life? Because it sounds like you don't in those commercials.
What day is it?
Depends on the day, right?
Monday's good.
Yeah.
Let's wait till Friday and then call me.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So then, James, you've obviously been a part of this for since day one, in one way or another.
Yeah, I've been fortunate, like growing up, obviously, working there, getting to sort of everything from dishes, the kitchen, to the floor, and get a little bit of a taste of it, and then got away from it for a bit, and then now I've been back for 10 years and kind of taken all their ways and kind of just adding a few new spins to it to kind of, again, bring that next generation of people into what the Glen has to offer to Ottawa.
Okay. So tell us what the Glen does have to offer. It's a Scottish restaurant and pub?
It's a Scottish restaurant and pub. We're famous for fish and chips. I mean, you could go anywhere in the world, and if they're from Ottawa, chances are they've been to the Glen. My mom and aunt and uncle have done a great job of building that reputation. Some newer items that we have on display here as well is our fish tacos, and again, very popular in the lettuce wraps. Just some different takes on taking a classic and making it a little bit more modern.
Okay.
But also known for, just again, that sense of community. I mean, we have people that are coming through the door, and it's third generation now. They're kids' kids. My mom can say, I held your father while your parents were eating dinner. I mean, it's quite the connection. It's really something to see.
That's something. What exactly are you firing up right there?
So right here is, well, we use only a haddock. All the haddock we bring in is a natural 8-ounce fillet, specific for the Glen. And right here, this is our pan-seared. So it's dusted with gluten-free rice flour and some dill seasoning. A very popular, very light item. It's available, again, as an 8-ounce fillet, or you can get it on salads or in our tacos as well. So what we have here, you can get this as a 1 or 2 piece. 2 piece is a pretty big undertaking at the Glen, but a lot of people try and take down the 2 pieces of fish and chips. But yeah, this is just, again, one of our newer items and very popular.
Okay. Now I know community is a gigantic part of what you do at the Glen, Kathleen. So can you tell us about some of the cool things that you've done throughout this anniversary year already?
Yeah, to celebrate our 30th, our aim is to give back to the people who we can't do it without customers, and they don't mean to say customers, they're family and friends. So we have done, we're up this whole month of April, we're doing a food drive, cans for both food banks for Stittsville and Kanata. And to date, we've got over 2,000 items. And we still have another week of that running, and for everything, every can you bring in, you have a ballot to go into a whole package for Blues Fest. So it's quite a good incentive, apart from the fact that just giving back, because people need food all year, not just the holiday times.
Of course.
And
yeah, that's fine. And you've got something else coming up, so May and June, so not too far off.
So for May and June, I mean, the whole idea of the 30th anniversary was to try and give back, because again, the Glen's nothing but the community surrounding it. So the next program for May and June, every Wednesday, we're going to be giving a free 1-piece fish and chip to all retired police, fire, ambulance, and all veterans.
Wow.
So you come in on a Wednesday, and we're going to treat you to a 1-piece fish and chips. We're going to be doing that for the next 2 months, and then when we get that, we'll be moving on. Again, it's just all about saying thank you to the people that, again, have given us this opportunity to grow a business, grow a life, and again, we're very appreciative of all. So thank you.
That's something.
And thank you to everyone out there.
James, how much fish do you think you go through in the course of a month?
Oh, that's a good question. It's a lot. To kind of put it in perspective, we're the biggest independent restaurant in Canada that sells haddock.
Yeah.
From all across the country. So
That's
that includes
impressive.
all the great spots on the East Coast. So, I mean, it's a full-time gig. I mean, like I say to all the staff when I hire, if 4 people sit down at the Glen, chances are 4 of them are ordering fish and chips.
Yeah.
So it's a lot.
There is a full menu though, then there's all the new options, the gluten-free, and we try and have something for every. So, because most people think fish and chips, but you'll see and you'll taste this fish, it's delicious.
So what else then would be on the menu, if not just fish?
Oh my goodness, we have the steak pie, we have the traditional British meals, but Scotch meat pie, and we're getting a great reputation for the burgers.
Yeah?
Yeah, because we never would serve anything that we don't eat at our table. You're getting the quality, you're getting a substantial amount of food, and we hope great service. So come and join us, and thanks once again, and I hope you'll all come out and contribute to this great thing that we're doing for the community.
One last great thing that we've just added to the menu. Me and my mom just actually got back from Scotland, and it's vegetarian haggis.
Yeah, haggis is
And
big.
So how does
it's
that
something
work
new.
exactly?
It's a lot of lentils, carrots. I was kind of iffy on it myself. We were in the UK and we kept seeing it on all these menus. So we got back here last week and we sourced it out. So it's going to be something that you'll see on an upcoming menu. And again, I recommend come in and try regular haggis, but we do have a vegetarian option now, so that will be released next week.
You don't mind me giving this a shot here?
Please do.
Okay,
Please
all
do.
right, So, just which dip is probably best to go with this?
So we've got the 3 different tartars. You've got the original in the middle, then you've got dill, and you've got hot tartar on the end.
Okay.
And depending on the hot's got a nice bite to
It's
it.
just completely falling apart on me. Look at that. It's just okay. It's it's like ribs, but not fall off the bone type deal.
Go for it.
Okay, I'm just going for this. Nothing's pretty about what I'm about to do here. And that is super good. Hot, right off the plate. That.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
I lost my words because it's so good. Your exact location, one quickly.
We're at the Jackson Trails Plaza in Stittsville. It's the corner of Hazeldean and Main, and look forward to seeing everybody there. Thank you very much for your
Kathleen
time.
and James, theglen.ca. We appreciate your time.
Thanks
Thank
very much,
you.
Dylan.
More daytime coming up on Rogers.